It's late March and Keith and I are out here at the home farm and we're going to do a little property walkthrough this morning. We're going to walk the whole property and then come back here and grab some tools and work on some of these projects we've been thinking about. We're going to do a walkthrough of the same hinge cut that we were in a couple hours ago. I'm going to point out some of the things I did differently in here and some of the things that I figured out I screwed up from the first time, and then how I tried to improve those. Put that in. This is kind of the main entrance into the hinge cut. I had a lot more things that were laying at head level right here. I chopped a lot of them out. I left this one just because there's some vines I want to let spread throughout here. Here's one of the trails. See all these stumps where I've had a lot of trees laying in a lot of different directions. I just really tried to open it up, get a lot more sunlight in here. This is the one I showed earlier where there's just a bunch of hinge cuts laying there. I lopped them all off at the stump and just kind of piled everything in a giant brush pile. I left one low lateral branch that's going to keep sprouting up. It kind of gives a little more, or breaks it up a little more. Plenty of deer could lay in here. There's definitely enough room. It's super flat. Escape route right there. That was one that was already being used. I just kind of cleared out a few branches and a couple of vines. Should be an easy in and out. Come around here. This was really hard to get through before I came through. Now you can access the clover plot trail. This can jump into this other bedding pocket which connects to the bigger trail, to the ash woods. Deer can lay in there. Should be some more goldenrod coming up in there this year. Hopefully in here too. Right here there was a lot of unnecessary head height hinge cuts, kind of like this one. And I guess this one right here. I lopped off a bunch of those, left some of them standing just for a little diversity. Piled everything up right there. This is a huge pocket that we just made. There's another bed down there. Deer could easily lay throughout here. These are going to sprout this year because I just cut them. So it's going to be really thick in here in a year or two. Trail connects to the ash woods that way and the apple trees. Trail connects back around that way to the way we entered. One connects this way to the way we entered. And then that one goes up to that other escape route. So pretty much in here there's three big brush pile pockets. Everything else is laid outwards. And then within those there's some big areas where a lot of sunlight's going to start getting up, and there's already grass growing in here. Last year when I came in here, it was all just pretty much mud and silver maple leaves. Now there's going to start getting some more grasses and herbaceous plants coming back in. The trail connects to that big rub line. I left a lot of trees in between the ash woods and the hinge cut, just to give a little more edge effect, a little bigger of a transition area. Unfortunately, most of these trees are going to be dead. There's a couple cherry in here. And I left a few silver maple standing, so hopefully 10, 20 years down the road, if we maintain this bedding area that long, we can hunt within here. And if not, we've got a couple stand opportunities on the outside also. Either way, we've, I think, made a really good bedding area that's close. It's up close to the house. It's protected from any of the neighbors hunting in here. I think it's a pretty safe area for deer to come, especially in gun season and later into the winter. There's gonna be a lot of stems per acre in here. Really thick. I think we'll have some deer in here this fall. I think we'll have more this fall than we had last year.
See, here's that scrape. And he was bedded right in there. You see that brush pile back there? That was hiding down in that. That buck came, the second time he came out, and hit that scrape. It was right here. Right here. Killed the branch though. You see what I mean? I was in there, just totally shot through all this stuff. I mean, the plan was to stand up, obviously. But when he hit that scrape, he was just like, and then right there. 8 yards. .232. It's not bad for a trail that only goes one way in and out of there. Was it the 26th of December, and Keith and I are out here checking some trail cameras at home. We got a little snow a couple days ago, so all the sign we can see is pretty fresh. It's kind of neat to be able to see where they're laying. We had 3 trail cameras up in this front woods where we hunted primarily this fall. One of them is on the edge of this hinge cut here. One of them's in a little clover plot on a scrape. The other one's on an apple tree that was pretty hot in early season. We switched all 3 cards. We're gonna head back in and check them, but first we're gonna kind of walk through this hinge cut. I already see a few beds right here. It's exciting to get in here and see in the snow where you can see a lot and pick up where all the rubs are and the beds are. And yeah, we're gonna take a stroll through here. Standing, I can already see 3 beds, 2 dozens, rubs, probably a scrape in here as well. We'll walk through here. Keith saw 4 deer run out as we stepped into this front woods, and they ran up past the neighbor's house. So we don't have to be too quiet. We're ready to bump all the deer out of here. Obviously a shredded rub right there. Some droppings. Looks like a bed right there that's pretty fresh. Big bed right there. 2 beds right there. There's one right behind Keith. Rabbit. Pull. We'll get him in February. Ground's warm. I'd say they jumped out of there. Some rub right there. Rub. It's crazy. It looked so much thicker in here in the summer and fall. You can see why you need all this cover come winter. Deer can actually lay in here. We had no idea that we were in there, that they were in here. We were probably only 40 yards away. Good brush pile for the rabbits. I was kind of expecting them to bed underneath that, but just must be not enough room. Well, that's it. It's not a very big hinge cut. It's a bunch of silver maples that are invading from the yard. Behind me, as you'll see, there's a lot of goldenrod down there. That's what this used to be. These silver maples kind of started to take over and made it a little too open for us, so we knocked them down. And the deer and rabbits seem to love it so far. Got a lot of maintenance to keep doing on it.